Do you know the Manipur chakra is called as the city of jewels? Here we find the pearls of clarity, of wisdom, of self confidence, and of well being. Self awareness and self confidence are the other pearls of the Manipur chakra. Until we discover these pearls within us and raise them into the light, we live in constant fear. Fear of not being loved and accepted, fear of failure, or fear of becoming ill, or even fear of dying. Many of our fears are produced by the blockages in the Manipur chakra. Maharishi Patanjali has mentioned about the 5 kleshas in his Yoga Sutras. Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesha, Abhinavesha, Klesha. So there are 5 kinds of obstacles along the spiritual path. They are: first, ignorance about the true nature of things, that is avidya. Second is I-ness, or our ego consciousness or our egoism, that is asmita. Third is attachment to mental impressions or objects, that is raga. Fourth is aversion to thought patterns or objects, that is dvesha. And fifth is fear of death, abhinivesha. So all our fears reside in Manipur chakra, and they need to be brought into the light of true knowledge. In this video, I shall be talking about the significance of healing our Manipur chakra to unlock unlimited joy, abundance, and well-being in all areas of your life. So if you have not subscribed till now, I suggest you to subscribe to this channel now so that you do not miss out on the forthcoming videos in this series. Before we proceed, kindly allow me to pray gratitude to my Guru. Om Ram Shri Kanaiyalal Sharmaye Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. The divinity of Mooladhara Chakra is Pashupati Shiva, who accompanies evolution from animal consciousness to the beginning of human consciousness. In the Swadhisthana Chakra, we encounter Brahma, who awakens buddhi or intellect and awakens our viveka or reason within humans. The position of Manipur Chakra is in the middle of the abdomen, behind the navel. This is why it is known as the navel center. We reclaim our physical self in Mooladhara Chakra and negotiate through emotions and desires in the Swadhisthana Chakra to discover the spark of action, the spark of our will and purpose in the Manipur Chakra. In our third chakra, the element fire, it ignites the light of consciousness as we emerge from the unconscious levels of the lower chakras. In the physical body, the fire relates to metabolism. In the emotional realm, fire relates to the spark of enthusiasm that ignites our power and will. And in our actual behavior, it translates into action. So just as fire transforms matter to heat and light, the third chakra transforms the passive element of earth and water into dynamic energy and power. It is through our will that we create new behavior. We break out from our fixed routines and we break out from our addictive habits. And it is through our willpower that we meet the new and difficult challenges head on and to transform ourselves into something new. But the first step is to break the old pattern. Fire is the transforming influence that can destroy the form and release energy. The sun is a primary example of transformational fire, and it is even considered as a macrocosmic third chakra. The first three chakras, that is Mooladhara, Swadhisthana and Manipura, they represent a trinity of cosmic principles of matter, movement and energy. Together, they form a dance of cause and effect, which gives us the energy for activity. But energy alone is not enough. For that, energy must be directed. That is why it is said that along with balancing your Manipur chakra, we must also energize the Agya chakra or the knowledge chakra. It is the descending current of knowledge from our Agya chakra that guides this energy of Manipur chakra into a purpose. It is intelligence that forms the intention, that shapes the will and directs the activity. The beneficial qualities of Manipura chakra become more fruitful in conjunction with the Agya chakra. Our intuitive gut feelings reside in Manipur chakra, but these can be distorted by our strong emotions. Therefore, when the intuitive feeling of the Manipur chakra are guided by the Vivek or the discrimination from the Agya chakra, we get clarity of purpose. In our body, the third chakra is located in the solar plexus over the adrenal glands. When we are in the womb of our mother, we receive all nourishment through our navel, through the umbilical cord. Therefore, all the major psychic pathways are established along these lines. Fire relates to combustion. Therefore, Manipur chakra rules over metabolism and is responsible for regulation and distribution of metabolic energy throughout the body. This is done through the combustion of matter or our food into energy. The digestive system is therefore an important part of this process. Problems such as diabetes or hypoglycemia or stomach ulcers, they all relate directly to this center of Manipur. Air is of very crucial importance for metabolism, which is the element of heart chakra or the fourth chakra. Without air, fire cannot burn. So when our breathing is constricted, our metabolism is hindered. Similarly, when we use the power of Manipur chakra without the love and compassion of the heart chakra, we end up inflicting more harm and we become more oppressive. Fire is a spark between Shiva and Shakti, the power that lies between the polarity. Fire in our bodies keeps us warm, keeps us active and energized. Human beings need and they give warmth. Therefore, Manipur chakra relates to the power of life, of power of vitality and of our connection. We should not misuse that power for control and domination of others. When we withdraw from life, we turn inwards into ourselves, often in anger and self-criticism. If we are not loving ourselves, then we have no air for the fire to burn, because love is the quality of the heart chakra, whose element is air. At the emotional level of the second chakra, we often feel like a victim of our circumstances. And as a victim, we feel very powerless and we blame others. But in order to balance our Manipur chakra, we need to stop seeing ourselves as a victim. And we must realize that we have the power to create our life through our own efforts. When we take responsibility of everything that is happening to us in our lives. We can truly heal from the victimizing circumstances. While we can't always control what is happening to us, we can always control how we react to them. The first task of our willpower is to overcome our inertia. You remember? Laziness and inertia was a trap of the second chakra, of the Swadhisthana chakra, which we have discussed in our earlier video. So once we get up and get going, our muscles oxidize and our heart pumps and we generate more energy. And energy begets energy through the creation of momentum, and it is the will which begins this process. Individual will is an individual expression of the higher divine will. It arises from our basic alignment with something larger. True will extends beyond the ego consciousness and it embraces a higher purpose. When Kundalini rises to this chakra, she kindles the fire to destroy ignorance, to destroy our karmic traps, and destroy even our physical impurity. The third chakra relates to self-esteem. Our self-esteem makes us confident, makes us proactive or assertive, makes us disciplined, and makes us think positive about life. When self-esteem is low, we are filled with doubts and we are filled with self-criticism. We are then overpowered by the demon of shame. Shame is the antithesis of self-esteem. When our will is effective, our self-esteem is enhanced. We can then direct our lives towards that which we love, that which ignites us, that which challenges us. The symbol of Manipur chakra is the 10-petaled lotus blossom. The petals represent 10 pranas that are regulated by the Manipur chakra. Prana is the life force, the vitality that we absorb with the oxygen that we breathe in and the food that we eat. The 10 pranas are divided into 5 pranavayus and 5 upapranas. They regulate our 5 karmendriyas and the 5 jnanendriyas or the organs of knowledge, which both together are responsible for all important life supporting functions in our body. There are 2 basic functions in our body. First is reception of energy, that is prana, and second is elimination of waste, that is apana. The energies of prana and apana, they meet at the Manipur chakra. They represent the 2 basic functions of giving and taking, of assimilation and elimination, of expansion and contraction. So it is important that both these forces should be able to function freely. Prana is the receiving power that enables and controls the supply of energy to the body. Its seat is in the upper body. Apana is the eliminating power that brings about detoxification through excretion or through secretion and also through exhalation. So its seat is in the lower abdomen. Malfunctioning of apana vayu, that will increase toxicity in the body and results in various diseases of lower abdomen, of intestines or diseases of kidneys or urinary tract. So apart from the physical function, prana and apana also have a very important spiritual function. Through certain advanced yoga techniques, or we call them kriyas, the energy currents of prana and apana can be united in Manipur chakra. and they can be guided into the Sushumna Nadi. When this occurs, the Kundalini energy rises to the Sahasrara chakra and the meditator experiences the state of Samadhi or the state of supreme consciousness. Bhagwan Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Apane juhavati pranam, prane apanam tatha pare, prana apana gato rudva, pranayam parayana. That means some offer as sacrifice the outgoing breath in the incoming breath, while some offer the incoming breath into the outgoing breath. Some arduously practice pranayama and restrain the incoming and outgoing breaths, purely absorbed in the regulation of life energy. And all these knowers of sacrifice are cleansed of their impurities as a result of such performances. So, prana and apana vayu are also our karmic cleansers. But this pranic energy is also influenced by our own mental thoughts and feelings. Till the time our thoughts remain polluted, it is not possible for the pranic energy to rise and unite with the divine. The animal symbol of Manipur chakra is ram, a fiery and lively animal. Another symbol of Manipur chakra is an inverted triangle. This symbol was also encountered in the Mooladhara chakra. The downward pointing tip of the triangle symbolizes the origin, and the upward spreading sides of the triangle indicate growth and development. Vishnu and Lakshmi are the divinities that reside in Manipur chakra. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth and prosperity. This does not refer only to the material wealth, but also to the health and to our spiritual prosperity. Lakshmi is the celestial counterpart of Maya. Ma Lakshmi symbolizes the spiritual energy, whereas Maya is illusion and diverts our consciousness towards the material world. Lord Vishnu personifies the progression towards human consciousness, towards spiritual growth and creativity. From Lord Vishnu's navel, a lotus grows upwards, and Lord Brahma, the creator of the world, appears in that lotus. So it is said that the first vibration that led to the creation of the universe came from Lord Vishnu. Therefore, the lotus that grows from Lord Vishnu's navel center, that is the Manipur chakra, it symbolizes the primal sound of Om, from which creation began. Therefore, the Lord of creation, Brahma, is found here. Lord Vishnu is the protector. Therefore, the Manipur chakra safeguards and supports our life by distributing the energy that we take in through eating, through drinking, and through breathing. The color of Manipur chakra is yellow-orange, the color of a pure flame that burns and that removes all the pollutants. In the fire of Manipur chakra, we have the unique opportunity to burn our negative qualities and to burn our deep-rooted negative habits. When we consign our doubts and our weaknesses, our anger, our hatred, our jealousy to the fire of Manipura, it burns them to ashes. Therefore, ignite the fire of Manipur chakra and consign all your doubts and ignorance into this fire. Nad is the rhythm of eternity. It is the pulse beat of the universe that we are able to feel in the navel and perceive as a very subtle sound in meditation. The resonance of Nada pulsates within us as the life force or the prana. The Bij mantra of Manipur chakra is Ram. When the energy flows harmoniously within the Manipur chakra, we have a feeling of total well-being. Passion becomes pure selfless love through the light of wisdom. Prejudice and aversion, they change to respect and understanding. And envy and insatiable greed changes to goodwill and healthy moderation. With the gaining of self-confidence, pride and jealousy, they change to modesty and generosity. Ignorance changes into clarity, and laziness changes into focused, consistent effort. And awakened chakras are the prerequisites for outrageous success in life. If you wish to unleash the power of this chakra, kindly write in the comments below what action would you start taking, whether it is to burn your negative thought patterns or to commit not to get into the trap of laziness or procrastination, or to do pranayama to regulate your prana and apana vayus. When you write and declare, you are able to focus your mind on manifesting that quality in your life. So go ahead and write down in comments below that one action at least that you would take to unleash the hidden powers of this chakra that will help you achieve the big goal of your life. I am your brother guide to prosperity, and my mission is to help you realize the dreams of your life and help you achieve something worthwhile in life for which your family, your parents and your children can be proud of. We shall be discussing about other chakras in our forthcoming videos.